Hello, welcome, merry meet. We are two friends, Ned,
And Emma.
revisiting our love for all things witchy, magical, and paranormal.
This podcast is us feeling our way through exploring all the possibilities, and we'd like to invite you along for the journey. Hi, Witchy Wanderers. Welcome back to another cosy, magical episode of Which Way Next. Today, we're blending a little bit of sacred rest with the art of grounding as we head into the darker half of the year. Think of this episode as a warm cup of comfort where we chat about the sacred magic of slowing down and letting your roots go deep. We'll dive into some gentle restorative rituals. Think journaling by candlelight or a dreamy bath. And we'll talk about how honouring rest is actually a form of self-care magic. Plus, we'll share a bit about grounding and protection as we all prepare for winter's embrace. So find a comfy spot, grab a blanket or a cup of tea, and let's step into this sacred space of rest and renewal together. But before we dive into all of that, let's have a bit of a catch up. So have you got any news for us? Have you been getting up to anything interesting since the last episode?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a mixed month. This episode has come at the perfect time for me, because I am really in a phase of my life at the moment and with this season where I do need to do a lot of rest and renewal. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I am in a phase at the moment where my nervous system is shot basically, and I'm having to navigate so many things at once. But it's also a time where I'm realizing, because of this, when I'm not pushing myself to do these things, I also need to take a step back and restore myself and recharge. So it's kind of a good time for that in general, season wise, and the perfect timing for this episode because I am currently living it. But since last month, I've done a few things. I took my son away for the weekend during half term. Not that it matters because he's not in school at the moment, but it was with his friend who is in school. So, and that was really lovely because it was only to a Haven caravan park. But usually we go just us or as a family. And this time he had a friend to play with, so I wasn't having to entertain him the whole time. Well, I say play with, he's 12. He doesn't really like run and play. They were always stuck on their mobiles with their new favorite mobile game. And we were like, why have we taken them away? They could have done this at home. But they had a great time, and that's what matters. And he's also been enjoying his art classes, which he's been doing weekly, and it's re-sparked that love for art that he has and that he's so good at. So I'm really pleased for that. What else has been happening? Oh, yes. So I spoke last month about how Sage was just about to get her vaccinations, or had just had her vaccinations. I can't remember. Ready to get out and about, and now she is, and she is loving walking. It's still in training, but it's going really well, and I can't wait to be able to venture out further with her and go on adventures. So that's really positive.
Yeah, hopefully we can get Sage and Kiyoshi together and go on some adventures soon.
Yeah, that
Now
would be
they're both
lovely.
able to go out.
I mean, she's not trained in going in the car yet. She really hates the car. So I don't know how soon it will be, but I am looking forward to that. And I'm hoping to get her into official training, which I tried to do straight away, but it was all booked up. So she can't start until December, which is annoying. But yeah.
Oh, it'll be great
um,
once you start that.
yeah, I can't wait for her to start that too because she needs the socialization. And she's just where she's been cooped up in the house for so long. She's just a bit unruly sometimes. So but yeah, she learns really well. She's very intelligent, too intelligent sometimes. But yeah.
Yeah. I think they've both of them have got very similar energy, haven't they? I guess
Yeah,
that's from being brother and sister.
yeah.
And yeah, even when Kiyoshi's I mean, we've been walking him for a while because we've got another dog anyway, so it was just made it easier for us to take both. And he's just still has loads of energy. It doesn't matter how long the walk is. Guarantee get him home and he's still wanting to play and run around and zoomies and muck about with Kamiko. It's hard work, isn't it, having a puppy?
It is really hard work. She does chill out after the walks, though, I have to say. And that's really lovely because it reminds you how gentle and lovely she is when she is well rested. Because
Yeah.
other times she's absolutely insane and you're like, what is going on? But yeah, I've been really enjoying having her, and my kids absolutely love her, which is great.
I'm glad. I don't feel so bad now about making you have her.
I still blame you whenever she's being naughty.
Oh, they're lovely though, aren't they? Both
They
of
are
them. You
beautiful.
know, they're
Yeah.
just really they're clever, very clever
Yeah.
and friendly and a joy to have around, even when they are being a nightmare.
Yeah. I have to stop myself from laughing at her because I know she knows I'm laughing at her. Because I know that she talks back to me and I'm like, what are you doing? And she will have a go back at if I tell her to sit on the bed and calm down, she will have a go back at me while simultaneously going to sit on the bed.
Yeah.
It's like you're still listening to what I'm saying. Why are you having to go back? Like you're being all big. You're not, are you?
To be fair, I was like that with my children when they were doing things that were naughty, as it were, and they knew they were. And it just used to make me giggle and I had to hide myself because I'm finding it funny that they've got the audacity to
Yeah,
just do these
it's
things
the
whilst
same as that,
looking at
isn't it?
me.
I often felt like that working in nurseries. It's like I've got to remain professional, but actually, it was always
Yeah.
the cheekiest kids I loved the most. Not
Oh,
that I would have
same.
favourites.
No.
But even if I did have favourites, I never showed it. I was very professional. So,
I'm the same. I mean, having worked in a school and a preschool, and I loved all the children. I thought they were all brilliant, but there were certain characters that will stick out and that you'll always remember. And, and you just found them to be a joy to be around, even if they were doing things that they weren't supposed to. It's just that character.
yeah.
And
And it's
yeah.
a sign of intelligence to push boundaries, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I suspect some of those were probably well,
Neurodiverse.
yeah.
Definitely.
So I kind of, I remember there being children that behaved the same way as I did when I was at school. And I'm like, oh my God, you're just like me. So what, is there anything else you've been up to? Or VR. We've been doing VR together a lot, haven't
We
we?
have, yes. Escapism is very much needed right now, and it's a great way to kind of take yourself out of the hectic life you're living and place yourself in sometimes a nice, beautiful world, sometimes one where you can just shoot things and take your frustration out. But either way,
We've been doing a
I've
bit of
really
both,
enjoyed.
haven't we?
Yes, we have. That's been really great and it's been much needed. And it's just a chance also to be together and catch up and talk about life while we're doing things, isn't it?
Yeah. I
I
mean, for anyone
also,
who's
sorry,
who's sorry, for anyone who's only just started listening to us, you might not actually know we don't live near each other. We live about an hour and a quarter away from each other, I think it is. So the only time we get to chat is when we're in VR every day, pretty much. But
and
yeah,
if you haven't listened before, we also actually met up a beanstalk. That was how we met
yeah.
in VR. Not a real life beanstalk, sadly. So yeah, we met on an app in VR, up a beanstalk, got chatting, and we've been friends ever since. And obviously, we have now met numerous times in real life. We're not just like doing this podcast and we've never met each other really.
You know, all
That
those
was many
times
years ago now.
you tell your children don't ever meet up with anyone that you meet online.
Yeah, we're those weirdos. Welcome.
We just no, we were good though. We met up with each other, didn't we, in a neutral place with our
With all of
families.
our families, yeah,
Yeah,
like a massive group of us met at the beginning, didn't we? So
yeah, yeah.
yeah. And then the second time we met, we were in the tiniest tent ever together for our
That,
first camp wildfire. So that got rid of all kind of inhibitions about being friends and meeting together, didn't it?
yeah. So that's it, right? We're best friends now.
We have no
Share the
choice.
tiny
We're in the
tent.
smallest space ever together for a whole weekend. That was hilarious. That weren't even a one-man tent.
It's a joke, wasn't it? We couldn't even sit up, could we? It was
No,
so small.
ridiculous.
Thank goodness we only had to go in there to sleep.
Good times.
Definitely. Oh dear,
So
yeah.
yeah, how's your month been?
Yeah, it's been all right. I managed to have a weekend away. I think that must have been when the last podcast came out, and went to stay up at my aunt's. What usually happens is she goes away and she says, "You can come and take over my house, bring the dogs, and and it's like a second home to me anyway." I love being up there, and we just, it's a couple of days where we could just relax, spent some time down on the beach with the dogs. It was just me and Dan and the dogs. And oh my God, we walked miles along the beach. And I did my absolute favourite thing, collected hagstones and fossils. So I was in my element. I think I need to do that every weekend. It's like it's so you're not thinking about anything else. You're on a beach, you can hear the sea, and it's all nice and fresh air, and you're just looking around and finding treasures.
Lovely.
So yeah, so we did that one weekend. And what else have I been up to? I don't think it's not a lot really. I've been at home. I mean, we've done work together on our Patreon, haven't we? So we
Yeah.
have been working hard.
Another thing I've been doing, which is kind of in keeping with some of the elements of this episode, is I've been focusing on little tiny areas in my house because I cannot focus on it as a whole at the moment as my brain isn't working. But I've been just making little differences in my house, sorting out little areas. One thing I've actually brought is, have you seen like those window stickers that are like blinds?
Yes, yeah.
So we were going to get blinds this year, but then money kind of changed, and now we're poor, and Christmas is coming, and I really hate my net curtains. And then I saw a post on Facebook on one of these groups, and somebody was asking for like ideas of what to do with their windows, and it was an overwhelming response for this particular vinyl window sticker that looks like blinds, and everybody was putting up their pictures of their own homes of these stickers, and they look so good. So I bought
Oh,
some. So I'm planning to hopefully put those up within the next week as well. And I'm hoping that I'll make a big difference to how my windows look, because I just feel like, because I hate the look of the net curtains, I keep the curtains closed because I
yeah.
don't want to see it. And then there's no light in the house. But if I was to take the net curtains off, then there'd be no privacy. Whereas this covers both. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And yeah, I think just making little changes to parts of your house and making it more the home you want it to be makes you feel more comfortable in its surroundings. I think I've talked about that before on this podcast. Yeah, in the hearth
Yeah.
episode, but with this kind of recharging and hibernating, I think that goes hand in hand with it, hearth magic.
Yeah, definitely. And I have actually been doing the same as you, like sorting out my makeup drawer
Oh
and
yes,
things
I
like that.
remember.
yeah, just getting rid of things that I don't need anymore. You know, why have I got a drawer full of makeup that's probably, some of it could easily be 10 years old. And it's like every time you go in there, you're trying to find something, and it's, yeah, you can't find it. So I was like, right, let's just chuck it all out. I must have chucked out a whole carrier bag worth of like makeup and stuff that I don't use and has gone off. And yeah, so just like that, just doing those little things, because I'm suffering with my back at the moment, and that's really preventing me from doing a lot. I mean, I'm so lucky Dan does housework, because some things are getting neglected. So yeah, I'm just having to do a small bit at a time, even with things like the bathroom. Instead of doing a whole bathroom clean, you know, one day I'll clean the sink, the next the bath, you know, just taking it easy,
Yeah.
really, you know, not pushing myself too much. And I mean, there have been days where I've pushed myself too much and I've suffered with my back. I went on a really lovely walk with a friend, and I forgot that I can't do those long walks anymore, but I did it and I pushed myself and regretted it afterwards. And it's frustrating, but
It is.
I'm starting to come to a point where I'm accepting that that's where I am at the moment, and I need to stop getting annoyed at myself for not being able to do these things, you
I
know.
completely feel you with everything you're saying. It's really hard to accept, especially when you're someone. I mean, I'm someone who loves being outdoors. I love adventure. I love doing things. I love having a purpose, having projects. And
Mm.
then when you can't take on as much as you used to be able to before, it's really frustrating. And you get like, you feel like you're not doing anything, even though you probably are doing quite a lot compared to some other people, maybe not so much compared to others. And what does it matter? But yeah, just comparing yourself to your old self is a hard thing.
It really is.
Also, for those of you who haven't listened before, both me and Emma are undiagnosed, but clearly neurodivergent. We have new neurodivergent children, and we also both suffer with chronic illness. So, part of this journey is kind of accepting that and going back to our roots and feeling empowered with our magical witchy sides as well as on a whole. So yeah, this is why we struggle with those things. But I think that my going back to my witchy side, even though I am struggling to fit it in as much, but I'm working on that and it's getting better. Um, it's really empowered me to find other ways to cleanse my energy and to renew and stuff. And like just before coming on this recording, I went to my altar and I actually posted this on TikTok and on Wood and Moon Vibes if you did want to have a look. But I did just a little kind of ritual with my altar, ready to. It's been already been a hard day. I didn't sleep last night. I just can't sleep at the moment. I've been pottering about all morning. I forced myself to wear makeup for maybe the first time in a month because I
Oh my
thought
goodness.
maybe that will make me feel more like myself. And then I proceeded to do my hair in a way I never wear it. And now I feel less like myself. I don't know what I'm doing. But it kind of gave me
Cleansing.
a refresh, you know? And I thought, right, I've had a
Yeah.
physical refresh. And now I'm going to go to my altar and get rid of all that, forget the day and restart. I'm now cleansing my energy and renewing, ready to have the energy of the podcast because I didn't want to bring my negativity of the day and last night because I was having nightmares and things like that into it. And I think just that was just a few minutes, but it made such a difference to me.
It is. I mean, we've talked about it before. It's sometimes just one of those, one little thing can help. You know, it in the same way that one bad thing that happens can make you spiral out of control. One good thing, even if it's the
Exactly.
tiniest little spark, can boost your mood. So, like for me, every day putting makeup on is my ritual. So I'm there, I'm looking in the mirror, there's nothing more intimate a thing, with yourself and your mind as looking in a mirror. And I do my makeup and I listen to a podcast. And just you just take it's taking a bit of time for yourself. No one else is involved in that. That's just me. That's my ritual. And that's where I draw my energy and my magic from. I think it's just those little things, like we said, when you're making yourself a herbal tea, you're healing yourself. We don't need to feel guilty about things not looking like we're doing a magic spell or whatever. It's just all those little things in our day that we can look at and say, right, that's helping me, that's giving me energy, that's giving me power to create the life that I deserve, and we deserve not to be sat there feeling like we're incapable, or feeling guilty that we're not doing enough and stuff like that. We're doing what we can, and I'm certainly not going to feel guilty about my witchcraft and not doing enough on that side of things. It's just those little things, those little sparks. Put on in our popsy dresses, for instance. For me, that's my little bit of joy as well. So each day I'll put on a dress that I enjoy wearing. Might be a piece of jewelry, or something like that will just give me that little edge,
Yeah.
or noticing things outside. You know what I'm like for going on my walks and noticing little things, like a new flower that's appeared, or an insect or a bird or whatever. It's all those little things that help you pick you up. So winding down for winter doesn't mean allowing your mental health to wind down as well.
No, definitely not. I think it's completely the opposite. I think it's knowing that you can have stillness and you can recharge in a quiet way. And that is doing just as much as those busy, hectic months for you. I
Yeah.
don't think that you need to be constantly in the rush that we are accustomed to in order to feel useful.
So on the subject of resting and recharging, I did as I always do, I do my oracle card every day, and the one for today was Forgotten Arch. Take time to rest and recharge when needed. So
You get that one a lot, don't you?
I do get that one a lot.
I
I
can
need
see the picture of the
reminding.
card in my head because you've sent it to me so many times.
Yeah. It's because I need
Very pretty.
reminding a lot, and I think everyone else needs reminding as well. Lives are busy, aren't they? We've got a lot of responsibilities these days, and I think just don't feel guilty.
It's
Take
funny
that
that you've
time
done
out.
that because we don't often do like readings on here. I know we do for Patreon, but I actually brought my card deck you got me. I felt inspired to bring it this time for this
Oh
episode.
yeah, I love that one.
Oh, sorry, I'm forgetting I'm on a podcast and we don't put this out in video. I'm showing the Goddess Oracle card deck that Emma brought me before. We've mentioned it before, and I thought maybe towards the end of this episode I'd do a quick reading for the episode. Just because it jumped out at me on the way here, and I thought that it needed to be done.
Yeah,
So.
that's just reminded me that I did actually sort my altar out, and so that the card that I keep pulling from that deck is the Spider Grandmother. So my altar is now dedicated to her. So it's looking lovely. I might have to put a picture up on our
Yes,
social
you've shown
media.
me the pictures of the lovely things you brought for it. They definitely need to go up on our community group and Patreon.
Yeah.
I love that it's like all themed now. So that brings us nicely on to talking more about how we can honour the darker months of the year and how this naturally is a good time for rest, roots, and renewal, and finding magic in the stillness. So, as we move into the darker months of the year, everything is naturally slowing down. The air feels heavier, the nights stretch longer, and even the earth itself seems to sigh. This is the time for stillness, a season that asks us to rest, reflect, and turn inward.
But rest doesn't always come easily. We live in a world that glorifies productivity, where doing less can feel uncomfortable or even guilty. Yet within witchcraft and spiritual practice, rest itself can be sacred, a form of resistance, a quiet spell of renewal.
Just like the trees that shed their leaves and draw energy into their roots, we too are invited to withdraw our energy and nourish what lies beneath the surface. Rest is not a pause in our growth, it's part of the cycle. It's the breath between intentions, the space where healing happens quietly.
This is the perfect time to reclaim rest as a ritual. Run a bath with herbs like chamomile or rosemary, journal beside a candle's glow, or simply sit in silence with a warm drink and no expectation of doing. Let every slow moment become an offering to your body, your spirit, and the turning of the wheel of the year.
Grounding practices also become vital now. As the world outside grows colder and darker, grounding anchors us in stability. You might cleanse your home with smoke or sound, light a protection candle, or place a charm by your front door to welcome only warmth and safety inside. The energy of hearth magic, that gentle protection, keeps us connected to our roots even as we rest.
This season isn't only about cozy blankets and candles, though we love those too. It's also about meeting what surfaces in stillness, the emotions or memories that rise when the noise fades. Through journaling or dream work, you can listen to what your inner self has been trying to say.
So let this be your reminder that you don't have to chase constant motion to live a magical life. Rest is resistance. Stillness is spell work. And slowing down doesn't mean you're losing your spark. It's how you tend to it, quietly and with care.
As you move through this week, find one simple way to honour your rest. Maybe it's an early night, a mindful cup of tea, or a candle lit just for you. Whatever it looks like, let it be enough.
So, with honouring your rest in mind, we'd like to offer you some rituals to help you focus on this and to do it with intention during these darker months. The first is the rest candle ritual. The purpose of this is to honour stillness and recharge your energy. Choose a candle in a colour that feels soothing to you. This could be white, cream, a soft blue, or anything you feel drawn to. As you light it, whisper an intention, such as, with this flame, I give myself permission to rest, to pause, to just be. Sit quietly with the candle for a few minutes. No music, no scrolling. Let the flicker guide your breath. When you're done, blow it out gently, visualizing tension leaving your body with the smoke.
I really love the idea of that one. And it's just that stillness. It's something that we use in meditation as well. But you could actually up it by, if you've got an oil burner, and then you can have your candle in your oil burner and an essential oil that helps relax you as well. So you get a double whammy.
You could do that by anointing the candle with oils as well. You can make it into a whole
Absolutely.
ritual. I did a similar thing. I think I posted it on our social media, actually, a video with it, but I did a similar thing for self-love recently and self-healing.
Mm,
And I said some affirmations out loud while watching the candle burn.
yeah.
I found that really empowering.
I think that's the joy of all these kind of rituals, is that you make it your own. Just add your own thing. It doesn't mean, you're not doing anything wrong. Just do what feels really good for you. So the second idea is to do dream work or journal at dusk. And the purpose of that is to listen to what the subconscious is saying during stillness. So something you could try is, as the sun sets, dim your lights and write freely for about 5 to 10 minutes. You could use prompts like, what part of me needs rest right now? Where do I feel safe to slow down? If journaling isn't calling to you, and I know it's something that I actually struggle with, you could simply keep a notebook by your bed and you could record dreams for a few nights. So look for patterns or messages from your inner self. I recently bought myself a dream catcher, and I've told you about it, didn't I, Med?
I think you mentioned it in the last episode. Did you or
Did,
no? Or
did
was
I
that after
mention
that?
it? I
I
don't
can't
remember
remember.
now. But I've got this dream catcher, and ever since I've had it, I've had really vivid dreams every single night. And I really should be taking notes.
Yeah, you definitely need to take notes because there've been some crazy dreams since you've put
Yeah,
that up.
very, very weird dreams. I mean, I do remember them, but I can't think of anything significant. They've just been very strange, but maybe if I wrote it down.
I think if you had them all written down together and you looked at like the similarity in the messages and stuff, even though they seem completely different, it
Mm,
might make more sense to you.
yeah, yeah, definitely need to do it.
Journaling is something that I've really enjoyed in the past, but just haven't got back to. And I also really loved, I had this lovely gratitude journal that prompts you each day, and I wrote three things that I was grateful in it each day. And then it had little kind of prompts for exercises at the beginning of the day and the end of the day. I really used to enjoy that. So it's perhaps something I need to think about getting back into now that we're um, focusing and resetting. Um, Dream work, I am not sleeping, so I haven't really. I did have weird dreams last night, even though my sleep was on and off. Um, that's the first time I've dreamt in a while because I'm just don't. Well, I don't even feel like I was deeply sleeping last night, but I clearly was deeply sleeping for some time to actually dream something. But yeah, um, not something I can work on until I get my sleep.
Yeah. I do like the idea that you said you have a book that prompts you. I think if people do struggle with that kind of thing, there are lots of books out there, aren't there, that do prompt you with those questions and.
There are, and I'll be honest, I've bought others since just because I've seen them cheap in like the works or somewhere. But none of them quite worked for me like this one. And I think I bought this same book three times once it was
Oh,
finished as well. And I'm talking about it lasts like a year. So
yeah.
I might see if it was only from Amazon actually. I might see if it's still in my thing to I've got a feeling the reason I bought a different one is I couldn't find it anymore. Let me have a look because I could
Oh,
share
well, if you
it.
find
I could
it,
also get it for myself.
I was going to say, if you find it, um, you know what to get me for Christmas.
Yeah. Um,
Talking about things that we,
no, it's not in there anymore. It must have been discontinued because I definitely bought it from there.
that's a shame. Talking about things that we start and we don't carry on. I was doing my gratitude jar, and it's sat here. It's actually quite full, but I've not done anything with it since. I haven't written anything to go in there for a while. Although I think maybe that's because I haven't needed to. I think maybe I got to a stage where I feel grateful. I think I've done a lot of work on myself, so yeah, I haven't had to use it, but I'm sure there will be times when I feel that I need to have a look through there, see all those things. They're there for me now.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's part of the reason I don't feel as drawn to do the gratitude journal now, because I was in a place where before I started doing it that I realized I needed to live with gratitude. But it's very much something that's ingrained in my brain now, probably because I did it so consistently. So when I am feeling down, it's my natural instinct now to think of some things that I am grateful for and remember the positive things rather than keep focusing on the bad. And if I do find myself focusing on the bad, then I have that pause now where I can catch myself and be like, you're being negative. Think about the positive things. Yes, these things suck, and that's unfortunate, but also I have this and I have that. And
mm,
yeah, that's part, I think, of these the purpose of this episode is to remember to recalibrate your brain. I think it's so important to reevaluate yourself often, and this is a great time to do it. It's to slow down, think about where you're at, what, because we just live in autopilot. We don't often take the time to pause and reevaluate ourselves, and we forget that we're ever evolving. We just think, oh, I used to
mm.
not live with gratitude, now I don't live with, I'm not a positive person. But actually I do live with gratitude even though I'm not doing the journal. Or vice versa, we might think, oh, we're great at doing that, but then we realize we haven't done it for 3 years. Actually, we're not that great at doing that. So we have to take time to get to know ourselves constantly, because we're not the same person we were yesterday, last week, last year. We're always
No.
changing.
Oh, absolutely. And moods change with the moon, and it is forever changing. And you're right, just taking that time. And I think that starts with the quietness, meditation, and just quieten your mind. And in meditation, you remind yourself that thoughts come, but you can say that's okay and let that go. And yeah, just slowing down, definitely thinking about yourself, what you're doing. It's I think it's a healthy thing to actually do regularly.
Definitely. Another ritual that we can do during this time is, well, we talked a bit about this already in our catch up, but is hearth and home cleansing. So the purpose of this is to ground and protect your space as we move into winter. And we can mix a simple cleansing spray with water, salt, a few drops of essential oil, such as rosemary, pine, or orange, if you want to be seasonal. And as you spritz this around your doorways and windows, you can say something aloud, such as, only warmth, peace, only love may enter here. It's similar to how we've talked about the door cleansing. I think you had done that last month, hadn't you?
Yes,
Or
yeah.
blowing cinnamon through your door. So again, any way which you feel is the right way to do these things, but anything you can include that also kind of helps you with your daily chore of doing your house, it makes it a bit more magical for you, is always a positive thing in my book. um,
Definitely.
and you can finish this by lighting a candle or incense and sitting quietly, imagining your home glowing softly with a protective light.
Now, there's one thing about me, and I do love my tea. So the next ritual is something that, in a way, I do every day. So it's the slow-in tea ritual, and the purpose of that is to reconnect with the rhythm of rest. So brew yourself a cup of tea. It could be something like lavender, lemon balm, or chamomile, as they're very calming. Hold your mug in both hands and take 3 slow breaths and feel the warmth grounding you. With each sip, imagine the tea infusing your body with the calm energy. And when finished, just take a moment of gratitude for the stillness you've created. And I love this a lot because it is something that you can easily fit into your everyday rituals. I've actually got myself a glass teapot, which is for brewing loose tea. And I love all my herbal teas. I've got various different ones, and there's nothing more calming than to actually, just even spooning the tea into the teapot and pouring the hot water on. All of it is part of that ritual. And to top it off, herbal teas are healing as well. So it not only calms you, it also heals you.
And this is the thing, you can bring magic and intention into so many of your everyday things. I think we did do a whole episode on everyday magic, but it's so important to remember that to honor your spiritual and witchy side, you don't need to always be doing these grand gestures. You can just do everything that you feel is honoring that side with intention and take a moment to do it mindfully. So, like Emma said, so simple, just pouring your cup of tea and sitting there drinking it. But if you're doing it mindlessly, it's not as powerful as when you sit there and you focus on it and you think about why you're doing it and what you're trying to bring into your spirit as you take each sip of this tea, and what the properties of the tea are and what they mean to you and what they're bringing to you. And even saying it out loud or in your mind is turning it into a spell. So the last ritual we have for you is root meditation. In previous episodes, you will have heard that we've done many meditations at the end of those episodes before, and that's kind of moved over to our Patreon now. But we will be offering a nice root meditation at the end of this episode for you to enjoy. And also, if you enjoy taking part of these rituals, one, we'd love to hear about it. So please join our Facebook community and share these rituals that you've done. We love continuing the conversation. And two, we offer all of this and more on our Patreon. It starts very cheaply, and we'd love to see you there. Every month we have a ritual, a recipe, and a craft in our Moments of Magic. And we offer meditations monthly and oracle card readings and a whole host of magical things. So do check it out. We'd love to see you there. So we've come to that time again. Magical, this or that. Are you ready, Emma?
I'm always ready for this. Or that.
Well, both, as it seems to always go.
Yeah, definitely. Go on then. What's the first one?
The first one is candlelit journaling or moonlit meditation.
I'm gonna go moonlit meditation. I've actually been doing a lot more meditating. I've been using an app on my VR headset trip. So yeah, I'm enjoying doing the meditating. I think it's really helping me. So that's my answer.
I also have been using Trip. I used it the night before last, actually, when we finished playing. I thought, you know what? Before I go to bed, I'm feeling good. I'm going to do a meditation. So, yeah, I did the daily calm one, and it was all about wonder and awe. And it was about
Oh
seeing
yes,
the
I like
wonder in awe in the small things, um and taking the time to have that childlike look at the world. And I really loved it. So yeah, I need to do that more often. I considered doing it last night, but it was so late already. I was like, I really should just go to bed. But actually, I didn't sleep well, so maybe I should have just done it.
yeah.
um, so yeah, my answer is also the same. Moonlit meditation, although I do also love a nice first thing in the morning meditation to get me ready for the day. The next one is herbal bath soak or cozy blanket cocoon.
Oh, both of those. I'm really
No,
good
you've
now.
got to choose one. Stop cheating.
Okay, this time I'm going to say the bath. And that's purely because recently I went to a little witchy shop in Chester and bought myself a psychic dreaming bath, like a tea bag it is. And it's got acacia gum, elderflower. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce this right. It's got um, charo charoite and trollite crystals, those are. So I need to do that. So that's going to be my choice.
I love that. And I used to often do bath rituals. That was kind of one of my starting practices when I started exploring my witchy side again, actually. Baths have always been a very healing and spiritual thing for me anyway. Maybe because I'm Pisces, it might be related to the water sign, but also probably because I have quite a mother wound and it's the simulation of the womb and going into my counselling side of things. But um yeah, for that reason, sometimes I find baths triggering, which is only in recent times. Before it was always my healing thing, but I'm trying to get back to that because nothing heals me like a bath does. It's such a restorative thing for me. So maybe I need to start doing my proper herbal kind of ritual baths again, which would be awesome. So it was similar to what your tea bag is, except I did it all separately myself, and I always went and brought. I went to the reduced section of the supermarket.
Yeah.
And I brought whichever flowers I was drawn to from there, and I used to lay them in the bath, the petals, and around the bath, and make it all look really pretty, as
Oh,
well as adding like
wow.
crystals around and candles and things like that. And I put like herbs, depending on what the bath was for. So it might have been a self-love bath. That's often what I did. I put in herbs related to that. And I used to do a full sage cleanse of my room and the bathroom, my bedroom, because I was going to get changed in it afterwards and stuff, and my bathroom and myself. And I used to do that before I got into the bath. And I used to have a script that I would say, but I don't. That was on my old phone that I saved it, so I don't have that now. But I don't know what exactly I said. But yeah, it was a whole thing.
Wow. That sounds like a lot. I mean, my idea of a bath ritual is a book, a glass of wine, and some candles.
That's pretty much what my bath is now.
Yeah.
But I used to do this every like few months, and I used to find it really healing. So I might do something like that again.
I've realised why baths kind of fell out of my, I tend to have showers all the time. It's having children because they don't leave you alone. You don't have time to go and have a bath, do you? It's quite tricky. So, I would say to anyone out there who has got children, if you can find that time to have a bath, it's lovely. Get your partner to just take the kids out or put them to bed or whatever, and you have your bath.
Yeah, I used to be that way, and then I learned that it's a healthy thing to also have boundaries with your children. And
Yeah.
you can say no to them, and they're going to hear no in life. So they may as well start learning it from you. Like I used to be in the bath, and my son would knock on the bathroom door to ask if he could have a drink, but he was downstairs sitting next to his dad. So why have you come upstairs to me in the bath?
Oh, yeah, my children exactly the same. They wouldn't ask their dad. They come to me, whether I'm in the bath, on the toilet, whatever, in
But
the
once you
shower.
let them know clear boundaries, they're good at listening and learning. You just need to say, I'm going to get in the bath now. Do not disturb me. I'll be out
Yeah.
in a little while, and then you can disturb me all you like again. Okay, going on to the next one. Also, we're on question 3, and so far we've had definitive answers. You tried to cheat, but you changed your mind.
But I'm now sort of thinking back to the cocoon in a blanket.
But it goes so well after the bath, though, doesn't it?
It does.
Anyway, smoke cleansing or sound cleansing?
I'm going to say smoke cleansing because I find that's the easiest one for me. It's something that I do anyway. Um, Sound cleansing, would you mean with oh, I don't know, is that with like singing bowls and that kind of thing?
There are different forms. So actually, I think I already mentioned in this episode before I came on here, I did a little ritual that was a cleansing kind of renewal ritual. And I did use this as well. So
Oh, your bell.
this is one of my bells that are on my altar. I have another bell that I use for actual proper rituals. That's away in my altar cupboard. But this is just on my altar, and I use it just for simple, quick cleanses like I just did. So you can use that, just anything that interrupts the sound and goes on a certain frequency. Sorry, I'm coming away from the microphone. Let me come back. Just anything that interrupts the sound, and particularly if it's on a certain frequency, cleanses the space and renews the energy and the vibration. So it's all about vibration. So yeah, singing bowls are a form of it. And also, if you were listening to meditation music, that would also be a form of sound cleansing. So that would be cleansing yourself and your energy.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's many forms of it. And I cannot choose. Like I said, I did both just before I came here. They go hand in hand for me. I lit my incense, I lit my candle, and I rang my bell. Rest candle ritual or protective home charm?
Oh, that's a difficult one. What was that? Rest
Candle ritual.
Well, it's going to have to be that because of our theme for the episode.
But they both go with the episode. We've been talking about the hearth magic and stuff.
Yeah, but we're all about rest and recharge.
I feel
don't
like
know.
they're the same.
That's protection. Yeah, but one's protection. Stop trying to make it hard.
It's a hard one.
I gave you an answer.
Okay. I love your answer, Emma. I cannot decide. I use both. I have a protective home charm by my front door. I have one by my altar. I did have one on the top of my stairs. Don't ask me where it's gone. So that protection has disappeared. I can't choose between the two. They are both things that I have constantly. So I always have a protective home charm up, and I often do candle rituals, and yeah, that they are two separate but important things to me, so I cannot choose. If you found any of these hard to choose, we'd love to hear. So yes, if you did play along at home, and if you found it hard to choose, or if you chose confidently on each one, we'd love to hear. Do let us know. It's interesting to hear other people's magical tendencies, and to know also that I'm not the only one finding it hard to make a decision. Okay, so now I would like to share with you the oracle card reading that I mentioned earlier in the episode. So like I said, I felt drawn towards my Goddess Oracle card deck that Emma gifted me just before we were recording. And I thought rather than doing a card reading for myself, I would do one for the listeners of the episode. Now, full disclosure, in true ADHD form, I forgot to press record before doing the card reading. So I have already done this. And it recorded so beautifully. At least I thought it did. And I didn't feel it was authentic to redo the card draw or to pretend I was redoing the card draw. So I've already drawn this card, and I'd like to share what I drew with you. So the card I drew is called Vesta. It's a beautiful card, and I will share an image of it in our community group and our Patreon. And it says, I let the generosity of my spirit warm those I meet. So I will now read to you the segment related to the goddess Vesta. She is the Roman goddess of hearth and home, generosity, focus, family, and abundance. So, as you can see, and as you would have heard if I'd pressed record, she is perfect for what we've been talking about in this episode. And it makes sense why I was drawn to do this card reading for the episode now. So it says, the first swallowed by her father Kronos and the last to escape, Vesta was considered both the oldest and youngest of the gods. Her heart is by the hearth, and her mind is with family, which to her is paramount. As her deity sibling squabbled, she cleaned and cared for the home and did all she could to make the place welcoming. But still the deities would not come. Then she created a hearth with such a warm and mesmerizing flame that one by one the gods cast aside their differences and came to the door. Once more, they were a family.
That, like you said, it is so in keeping with our episode, but also, as I said, when we were doing our non-recording, it actually leads us up really well to Yule with the giving and making your home nice and receiving family, all of that kind of stuff. And I probably said it way better in our non-recording.
Oh, how embarrassing. You did. You said it better, but that was still good. I said all this better too. But um the message is still the same. So like Emma said, it's a great lead in that stillness for Yule. You're preparing your home and you're taking that rest and renewal. But also, as we venture further into the darker months and we do come up to Yule, we will be receiving family in our homes, some of us, and it will be a welcoming, secure place for everybody to have that connection. And another great thing about these cards is they offer a ritual at the end of each card as well. So I'd like to share that with you. Vesta, the Roman goddess of hearth and home, embodies warmth, hospitality, and generosity. This ritual encourages sharing warmth and kindness with others, reflecting Vesta's nurturing essence. Prepare a small gift or gesture for someone. For example, write them a caring note. Give it to them with the intention of spreading warmth and joy, which again is so in keeping with Yule. And it's something that we can start thinking about now as we draw nearer to it. And I was saying before in our non-recording that where the focus of this episode has been on the self, sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is to show gratitude to others, and it's important to remember that and to spend time working on your connections with people, doing things for the community and showing gratitude for others, but never in place of yourself.
No, I mean, there's nothing better than that feeling of when you have done something or given something to someone and it lights them up and they're so grateful. I mean, and I feel it myself, when people give things to me, it makes your day, even if it's just a kind word from them or a token gift or anything, just their time, even that makes such a difference, doesn't it?
Definitely. And actually, with you saying that, it's kind of also in keeping with the fact that I've used this goddess oracle card deck, because this was gifted to me by yourself. And I think it was gifted to me after one of our first episodes when I'd really struggled with the editing.
Yeah.
And I was not having a good time learning and doing it, and it was not going well. And I did get it done, and we did get the episode out on time. And then Emma sent me these cards as a gift, as a celebration of that. And yeah, so little tokens like that from people make such a difference to relationships and to, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know.
Even for your mental health, you know, just someone smiling at you or saying, oh, I mean, I had someone I have had it a few times actually recently, and people have come up to me and said, oh my goodness, I absolutely love your hair. And you know, earlier in the day I'm thinking, oh my god, I can't do anything with my hair, it's fading, because I have it coloured quite brightly. And they say something like that, and you're like, oh, that's so lovely. And the way they say it with warmth, and you know, just those little things make such a difference to people. And sorry, I just need to apologize if you can hear banging in the background. There's fireworks going off.
Yeah, there also is here, but I think
Yeah,
that it's muffled enough that you can't hear it, thankfully.
yeah, and also at the same time, my cat is scratching at my door.
It's like, you've been in there long enough.
Yeah,
We had finished, but we didn't press record on our last segment. So
nearly done.
yay. So that is the Oracle card reading for you. Not as live as I planned it to be, but I hope you enjoyed it.
As we draw to the end of this episode, I'd like to share with you a rooted in rest guided grounding meditation. Take a moment now to get comfortable, whether you're sitting or lying down. Let your shoulders drop, unclench your jaw, and allow your body to soften into this moment. Take a deep breath in through your nose and slowly exhale through your mouth. Let your breath find its own rhythm, steady and natural, like waves gently rolling against the shore. Now bring your awareness to the base of your spine or to the soles of your feet if that feels easier. Imagine from this place soft roots beginning to grow. They reach down through the floor beneath you, spiraling slowly and steadily into the earth. With every breath, those roots travel deeper, winding their way through soil, rock, and crystal, connecting you to the ancient heartbeat of the earth herself. You are safe here. You are supported. You are grounded. Feel the strength and stability beneath you, that quiet hum of life holding you up. As you breathe in, imagine drawing up that grounding energy through your roots, a gentle, steady glow rising through your body. It fills your legs, your spine, your chest, all the way up to your crown. With every breath out, release tension, worry, or anything you don't need to carry right now. Let it sink back into the earth to be renewed. Stay here for a few more slow breaths, held, rooted, and at peace. When you're ready, imagine your roots slowly drawing back, leaving you still connected but light. You can return to this grounding energy anytime that you need stillness, safety, or strength. Take one last deep breath in, feeling the earth beneath you, and as you exhale, gently return to the present moment. You are rested, you are rooted, you are renewed. Thank you for listening to this episode and being part of our journey. To continue the conversation, we invite you to join us on our Facebook group, Which Way Next Community. You'll be asked the questions, what are the names of the hosts? The answer is Med and Emma.
You can also find us on our Facebook page, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. If you want to get in touch to share a listener story, question, or to work with us, our email address is whichwaynext@gmail.com. So I've been Med.
And I've been Emma. Join us next time where we ask the question, which way next?
So Emma, it's that time again.
I feel like we should start this bit with its own little jingle or something now.
Yeah, go on then, you sing. Why did the tune of the Itchy and Scratchy show come into my head?
I don't know.
That's what I did in my head. Magical this or that. That's not going in the podcast, by the way.
It is. You're going to do that every week now.
No.
Every month, rather.
Okay, Emma. So we've come to that time again. It's time for magical this or that. I put on my game show voice. Did you like it?
I was just thinking about us doing the jingle.
What jingle? What do you mean?
Oh dear.
That conversation never happened, Emma. Oh.
Magical this or that.
That's going in now.
No, it's not.
I've got it recorded. There's nothing you can do.
You started it.
Nobody knows.